This is the new BMW X3 and it's a family-friendly SUV, so it's all very sensible. However, BMWs have a reputation for being fun to drive, and that's why old tatty versions are often driven by hooligans, and that has given the brand a bit of a bad reputation. However, it also has a reputation for producing posh feeling cars, and this is no exception. And that's the reason why this new X3 starts from £39,000. However, through CarWow, you can get it from just under £38,000. So if you click on the pop-out banner or on the link below the video, you can see how much you can save on a new car at CarWow. Inside, this X3 is a very nice car to sit in. However, for me, I think the design of the XC60 is just a little bit posher. What I can't fault though is the quality of the materials, which I do think are slightly better than in the Volvo. So everything you touch feels expensive, all around the cabin, the steering wheel, even here the materials are soft, and even on the front of the glove box, I mean, you have to reach all the way down to the door bins to find scratchy materials, and then there's a solid feeling to it. So look, this center console, I can I can hit it as hard as I want and it will not budge. This thing feels absolutely solid. And there's nice touches as well, such as satiny feeling switches and dials, and they're all logically laid out. I like these features as well. You open the door, you've got a little X there to remind you that you're in an X car. Yeah, it's all very nice. Now, this particular car is known as the X-Line version. It's the one up from the entry-level car, and you get some extra satiny bits of trim, some slightly larger alloy wheels, and these sport seats, which do feel quite sporty. In fact, this car feels a little bit like a sports car that's jacked up rather than a sit-on SUV. Yet there's still plenty of room and adjustment in the seating position, so you'll be fine if you're big or small in this car. Now, this particular car, the X-Line, it starts from £41,000, but I plugged the details into CarWow and I got an offer back for £39,500, which is pretty good. I would not go for this trim level though. I would step up for the M Sport, and one of the main reasons for that, other than some extra kind of bits of trim and looks a bit more sporty still, is the fact that as standard you get this lovely 10-inch widescreen infotainment screen. Now, it's lovely. All models do get satellite navigation as standard, but this upgraded system is just even better. It's easy to use. You can swipe and use it as a touchscreen if you want, or my preferred method of input, using the swivel wheel. BMW's iDrive is brilliant. I just find it much easier to use. Now, if you click on the pop-out banner or on the link below the video, you can see my in-depth review of the infotainment system. Now, could be space in here, very good. It's a practical car, this X3, so look, huge door bins, it's a massive bottle you can fit in there. Under here, there is room for a bottle. We have some more storage under here, so you've got wireless charging on this particular car for your mobile phone. Doesn't work with my OnePlus 5 though, because my phone doesn't have it, but the cup holders are big and they're quite deep, so you can even hold a flask in there. The only thing I don't really like is this, the silly big phallic gear selector. I don't know why they do that. Anyway, let's move on to the back seat. So once again, here in the rear, it's all very roomy. Yeah, nice, decent knee room. There's good headroom. I can, in this particular car, look, recline the seats if I want to. Now, you can't get it with seats that slide forwards and backwards like you can in an Audi Q5, but it's not too bad. In terms of carrying three at once, well, there is this hump in the floor, but it's not too high, and the middle seat isn't too much of a perch, so you could carry three abreast in the back if you need to. Some other things to point out, look at this, we've got this armrest here, you open it out, you've got your classic BMW cup holders there. Come on, shut. We also have this handy through loading, so you can carry skis, longer items, and two passengers either side. Just pop that back. Another thing is the door bins, they're huge here in the back. And a couple of features I like down here. For the tri-zone climate control, you actually have a digital display for those in the rear, so it's easy to set the exact temperature. And look at this, rather than having USB ports, you've just got a normal 12-volt socket, but BMW gives you one of those little chargers there with the USB, and it's got a BMW logo on it. So I think I'll just keep that for myself. Anyway, let's move on to the boot. In terms of the capacity, it's exactly the same volume as an Audi Q5s, which means it's bigger than a Volvo XC60s, and all models get an electric tailgate as standard. Also, I'll just move this out of the way. You've got no load lip, so you can slide things in and out dead easy. Here's another feature I like. If I press this button here, I can remove the parcel shelf, lift this up, This is on gas struts to hold it up. You've got some storage under there, but I can slide this load cover neatly in here, so it's always out the way when you're not using it. Another feature I like is this, look. I want to fold down the rear seats. I can do it from here. And they fold down under their own steam. And then you've got a nice big flat load area, dead easy to slide items all the way to the front of the car there. There's also some extra storage just here. You've got some tethering points here, slidable ones as well. So you can have your netting or your tethering exactly where you want it. And there's also a 12-volt socket back there, which you could use to attach an electric vacuum cleaner to hoover out the boot if you made it all dirty. Now, if you want more information on this car's practicality, click on the pop-out banner or on the link below the video to see my in-depth video on that.
Now then, it's time for the CarWow 5 annoying things about this car.
These part digital dials may be standard, which is good, but what's not so good is that the way they've done them with bits of plastic involved in it, why don't they just have it full widescreen, high definition digital display like you get with Audi's virtual cockpit? It just looks so much better. Unlike in some other SUVs, the doors don't extend all the way over the sills, so if you've been driving on a dirty road and you get out, you're going to end up rubbing your legs on those sills and you'll get muck on the back of your trousers, which is really annoying. Wardrobe, come on. Right now, shoe. More people have Android phones than have Apple phones, so why is it that BMW only does Apple CarPlay with this car and not Android Auto? Oh, look at these sporty air vents, clearly designed to let air flow from over the wheel and down the side of the car. But are they real or are they not? I'm going to use the CarWow stick of truth to find out. The stick of truth says no, they are fake. Now, I can't remember the last time I reviewed a car that didn't have height adjustment on the seatbelt, but this premium, expensive car doesn't seem to have it. Why?
Thankfully, this car has plenty of cool features to help make up for all this. Here's 5.
The optional surround view cameras on this car are brilliant. Look at this, I can look all the way around it, like this. And then there's this function if I reverse, which I really like. So I'll put it into auto mode. I'm going to reverse the car up. Seems quite normal. But as I get closer to the obstacle, I not only get these warning blocks, it then changes to a bird's eye view so you can get super, super close. And it'll even auto brake you so you don't hit the obstacle. Wow. This car has an active grille. As you can see, the grille just shut then. Now it does that when you're going along the motorway at speed, but if you're stuck in traffic and the engine needs some extra cooling, those grilles will open again to let air in and cool the engine. You can get the car with an air purification system which involves perfume, which is ideal if you've got a stinky passenger. He farted! He actually farted! He's such a farty dog. This new X3 is about 55 kilos lighter than the old X3, which is about the same weight as our lovely producer Sam. And they've managed this by using lots of aluminium in the construction, which is actually recycled. You can get the car with cabin preheating, which you operate from the digital key, perfect for freezing cold days like today.
So now we've looked round the car, let's see what it's like to drive.
This new BMW X3 is such a good all-round car to drive. It's noticeably better than the old X3. So, for instance, when you're driving at speed, it's quiet. And you can get it with acoustic glass, so it really does just keep it very silent in here. And you don't get too much tar roar either. The only thing you notice is the diesel engine. When you put your foot down, it's a little bit on the gruff side, the 2-litre diesel, but it's probably going to be the engine you're going to go for if you do moderate to large miles, because it's a decent price. It's got plenty of punch, got 190 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, and BMW says it will do 56 miles per gallon, and I'm averaging 39, which isn't too bad. Other engines you can get include a 3-litre diesel, which flies and still gives good economy. Then there's a 3-litre turbo petrol, which will do 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, but is a bit thirsty. And really, if you're not doing many miles, the petrol to go for would be just the 2-litre turbo petrol, which is pretty punchy and gives okay economy. Regardless of which engine you go for though, you get a brilliant 8-speed automatic gearbox, and it responds instantly when you want it to. And when you're just cruising around, it blends those gears together seamlessly. Now, all models get all-wheel drive, but it's rear drive bias, and that makes this car feel quite sporty to drive. Now, it's not the be-all and end-all in a car such as this. Comfort's king, but it does just give this BMW an edge. So when you go down a twisty road, you can throw it around like it's a saloon car. You know, it does seem to hold the road a bit better than other SUVs. And then when it comes to comfort, well, this car's on the adaptive dampers, and they're available from £750. Actually, on the M Sport version, they're just under 500. And yeah, you've got to have them because you put the car in comfort mode and it deals with bumps very, very well. You can put it in sport if you want to, which makes them firmer and stops the car rolling so much in the corners, but don't bother with that. Big waste of time. Comfort is what one of these cars is all about. And in town, it helps as well, so it smooths out the potholes, the speed humps, and generally to drive in town it's pretty easy, this car. Visibility is okay because you sit up high, decent sized back window, extra little window at the back. The only problem I have is this bit here. It's a bit of a blind spot. Now you can see for yourself by clicking on the pop-out banner in the top right hand corner of the screen or on the link below the video to watch my point of view video test drive. Now, if you click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen or on the link below the video, you can go to carwow.co.uk to see how much you can save on a BMW X3 or any car for that matter. So then, what's my verdict on this car? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should go right ahead and buy the X3. It's a brilliant, family-friendly SUV.
Now, did you spot the Easter egg in this video? It was X3 on the car's stereo. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it. Click on our logo to subscribe, on the video window for more content, or on the click to choose and buy box to see how much you can save on a new car at CarWow.